Awesome. So, the message that I share most often when I get a chance to share my experience with other officials, really revolves around a mindset. And there's two mindsets that it's taken me a while to really understand. But the first one is that making a mistake is never a mistake. And the second one is, understanding the difference between being right and getting it right. So, I talked about the first one. Making a mistake is never a mistake. And I'll tell you, I've had the opportunities to referee at every level, at the highest level of every level. And there's not one match that I walked off saying, I had a perfect match. I've always made a mistake. 100% of the time I've made a mistake. So thinking that we can be perfect, kind of just blocks us from growing and developing as an official. Instead, if we look at it as making a mistake is not the mistake. So what's the mistake? If making a mistake is not the mistake, for me, 99.9% of the time, it's not utilizing all the tools, all the resources that I have to get it right, and so for me, when I get through, it's, I look at the mistakes, but then, I go back and, what could I have done differently? What shouldn't I have done, or what could I do differently? And to get it right, maybe I don't get it right in the moment, and obviously I want to. And at college, it's great because we have a lot more resources and tools to get the calls right. We've got video review, we've got a second official, so not getting it right, it makes a lot of sense, because what didn't I do? What didn't I use? Did I not slow down? Did I not, in almost every situation, pause it. Because I can tell you, when I get in a situation that's hot, my first instinct is to say, hurry up, let's go. Nothing to see here, folks. On the line, shake hands, let's go. And, and that gets me in trouble all the time. So, focusing on, utilizing the tools and getting it right versus being right. Listen, the results really aren't in our hands. What can we control? Can we actually control being right or getting it right? Not really. What we can control is using all the resources, all the tools that we have, and to get it right. So at the end of the day, I get off the mat. If I make a mistake and I look back and I've used all my resources and all my tools, then it's not meant to be, and I can lay my head on the pillow and go to sleep knowing that I did everything I could do in my power to get it right. But sometimes it doesn't. But I will tell you this: if you do use all the tools and all the resources that we have, you're going to get it right most of the time.
Hey Matt, that's good stuff, man. Question for you though.
Yeah.
If someone's looking to try to start to become, I think what a lot of what I heard is being a little introspective and thinking about things. And so if someone's looking to start doing that, is there a book or something that helped you along the way, or something that people could do right now to start trying to make progress towards being able to not have those two fallacies in their head?
I think it's just getting hooked up with mentors that understand that, and not just what they say, but what they do. And, in getting back to the mistakes, one thing I also wanted to mention, especially for these newer guys and even the older guys, coaches really in any life, but we're talking about officiating, coaches are far more likely to remember how you dealt with a problem rather than how you created it in the first place. And that's a mindset, that's a concept to really understand, because, even though you utilize all your tools and resources, it's not necessarily what you utilize or what you say. Sometimes it's how you say it. And, are you approachable? Are you, and if you're using all your tools and resources, you're approachable because you want to get it right, and coaches are resources until they're not. And I kind of remind them up front, hey, we're on the same team. We want we have the same goals. My goal as an official, my primary purpose, I talk about this all the time. 1, safety, protect the guys. And number 2, do everything I can do to get it right. And there's not a coach on the planet that's not aligned with those goals. So, and kind of reminding them up front, that's one of the things I do. Help me help your guys. Help me get it right for your wrestler. Because at the end of the day, that's what I want to do. And I think for 99.9% of the officials, they have that same mindset. They want to get it right. And, so.
Awesome, dude. Hey, thanks again for your time. That's
Yeah.
great insight. I can't wait to get that out there.
Awesome. Well, I
Everyone needs to
appreciate
hear
it.
that. Yeah, thanks, man.